Hello everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! From Ohio, and I'm here to bring you my Tuesday video, and I'm sorry I have not been around lately. A lot was going on, medically, a little bit of stuff, family, I had two grandsons, or two grandchildren, one grandson, one granddaughter, turned 18 within 2 days of each other, and then in that same week, my other grandson graduated from the Coast Guard, and so I was busy watching that stuff, and excuse me, it's early and I'm just already yawning, oh my goodness. But he graduated and all that's done. We'll get to see him next week. He doesn't get to come home until then. He's going to a school right now, and I've just been busy and just couldn't get caught up is all I can say. But I am going to bring you a card. I did it this morning on my Facebook Live, so I'm bringing it to you also. It's using the Woolly Friends. It's out of the new mini catalog that will be out in January. Very cute card. I actually did it at a shoebox swap Sunday, and it's Susie Brink did the cards, so I've got the one that I made with her, and then I got the one that I actually designed a little bit. I just added one or two things. That was it. But anyway, I'm going to turn the camera down and show you the card, and we're going to make it. Also, I'll be having a couple announcements next week of things that's going to be going on in January as far as I'm concerned with my business. So look forward to hearing about that. And right now, let's turn the camera down, and we will do this card real quick because it's a real quick card. And you guys see my cat's feet because she's napping right here with me. She napped through my other video. Well, she actually was tormenting, but anyway, then she got sleepy. And now I can't quit yawning. So here's the stamp set. It's called Woolly Friends, and we have the little sheep with his body. That's the fill-in for the two bodies, either one you want to use. We have flowers, the fill-ins, and the leaves fill in. Some cute little sayings, bows, or bells if you want to hang that around his neck. And that's what we have. Here's this little tuft of hair that goes right there. So anyway, here's the cards. This is the one I made Sunday. And I really can't quit yawning. I don't know what that is. But anyway, I made that Sunday. I made this today, and I put one of those little bobble things on its head today just to see how that would look with it. So you see the two different ones. I am actually going to bring my monitor up so I can make sure that it looks okay on the screen. Oh, then I get an advertisement pop up. That drives me crazy. Let's get off of there. Okay, there we are. Cat foot and everything. I think the light's in her eyes. She's covering her eyes. Here, I'm going to show her to you. She's covering her eyes. Like, oh, can't see it. It's too bright in here. She keeps moving it. She's so sweet. Okay, first thing I'm going to show you, here's the punch that goes with it. And I'm going to show you how to line that up. As soon as I quit yawning, oh my gosh. So let's put this in here, and we are just going to, I'm going to line that up just even with there, and I know it's straight. And I'm going to punch that out. I just want the sheep and the head. And then I could use these if I could line them up really good. So here's our stamp, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our stamp, we're going to turn it face down so that the smooth side's at the top so we can put it on our block, and we're going to line that up in the little hole right there that we made. And I'm going to take his face and line that up, smooth side here so it goes back on the block. So there we are, we're lined up. So we're going to take our block. Got some glue or something on that. Let's get that off. You know how you get this off really good? See that dark spot right there? I don't know how glue gets on it, but it does. If you can see that clunk right there? I'm going to take some hand sanitizer and put that on there. I didn't have to scrub or nothing. I just put that on there and cleaned it. See how clean it came? I use hand sanitizer all the time on that. There's another little spot right up here. Then you keep seeing spots all over. So anyway, that's clean enough now for what we need. I didn't want that glue to get on anything. So let's take our block and we're just going to set that on there. And there we have his body and we have his little face. So now we're going to take another scrap of paper. So if I find one, we're actually going to do it twice. I think I can do it on this one twice. Let's see. I'm going to ink it good. And then I'm going to come in here. Then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do another one down here. Okay, you can see his face is facing me and his body is upside down, and that's what you want. That's how it's going to go into the punch. So let's do that. We're going to pick up our punch and we're going to put this in, and hopefully it lines up like it should. Okay, here we go. Well, so that's what we have. So let's turn the other one around and do it. So we have two. Just going to line that up. As good as it's going to get. Makes a lot of noise. Makes a lot of mess too. So let's get these out of the way. There he is, and there that one is. And if you don't like this one's got a little bit more white on one side of his face than the other, you can take your scissors if you don't like that, and you can trim it up. Same with his fur right here. I can take And just follow that and trim some of that white down. Instead of stamping and punching all over again, you can just take your scissors. Nobody's going to know the difference of what you did. And that's okay. All these little pieces. So now we're ready to stamp our card in our little pieces. We'll stamp those first, and I use Smoky Slate. You can stamp off if you want, but I think it's really way too light. If I was going to stamp off, I think I would use Basic Gray and stamp off. But with this, I'm just going to line it up. There we go. I think there's a cat hair in there. I think I'm going to wipe it off. I just got it all over my fingers. Way to go. Now let's try again. But we can use that. It's not going to hurt nothing. There we go. That's all right. This head will go right there, so we're not going to worry about that. Then we're going to take this little... Oh, sorry about the camera. My cat just decided to get up. I don't know what she's looking for. No, no, no. No. Something fell, and she thought she had to go get it. So now I'm going to take this little piece, line it up, put the little tufts of hair on him. There we have that. So now we're ready to decorate our little arches. If I can get a hold of the card itself, it'd be a great thing. So we're going to do, I'm going to shut this, we're done with the gray. Moxie, you're going to have to move, sweetheart. Your little butt's in the way. Move your butt out of the way. Okay, we're going to do pink and looks like purple. Pink and purple. We're going to move our little sheep over to the side. This is the inside of our card, which I'm going to stamp as we stamp these. Now she's over there going to throw my ink pen in the floor. She loves to roll things around. So there we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get out the garden green and we're going to do some grass. I already have these on blocks. So I'm just going to stamp grass down there. And I got my grass a little crooked. That one went high. Let's see what this one will do. So I'm down as close to the bottom stitching as I can get, and I'm going over to the side as far as I can inside the stitching. There we go. And I'm going to do that on this side also. Just making sure I had it on the right side. So there we go with the grass. Okay, after the grass, we're going to get out the black ink. For a minute, and we are going to stamp our flowers. So let's do that. Moxie, get down. Go. Moxie's a little crazy cat, so. Okay, we have all of our flowers. So I'm going to get the garden green back out because we're going to do our leaves. So let me find our leaves. They're right here. Looks like this. We're going to stamp it. Let me pull my paper out. I want to stamp off with my leaves. Just turn that around. There we go. I'm just going to stamp off and then line them up and stamp on. I like my leaves a little bit lighter, and I like it, the garden green, to blend with the grass. But you can do whatever you want. These are easy to line up. I hate to say, as you can see, because as soon as I do that, I'm going to mess up. That would be me. Trying not to. Trying to do good. Okay, we have all of our leaves on there. So let's get our flowers out. And we're going to do our flowers in Flirty Flamingo. As soon as I stamp this, I'm going to see if I like it with the pink. That'll be okay. Oh, I think so. Flirty Flamingo has always been my go-to flower stamp. I love it. Okay, we have our flowers done. We have our sheep done. Our grass is done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and put, goodness gracious, can't get it shut. There we go. We are going to take our little bodies here, and we're going to put dimensionals on them. And then let's do that. We're going to bring him down to where his feet's in the grass. I kind of hid that spot where there was a gap, and as okay, now what we're going to do before we put his head on, we're going to take the, I think I have crushed curry. Yes, I have crushed curry. And we're going to put a little butterfly here. And we're just going to take and put it right like that. Looks like a little flower, doesn't it? And then we're going to put in our sayings. Well, let's put his head on first. I did the head with a little bobble. So I'm going to do one with the dimensional and one with the baubles. The baubles can be ordered from Amazon is where I got them. But anyway, we're going to just stick his little head right here. There we go. Now we'll take this little head, and here are my baubles, or wobbles, or whatever they're called. So what I'm going to do is take this piece off. Sure I am. And then I'm going to take this piece off in the center. And that is going to go I don't know. That is going to go against his head. You just want to center it on there. And then what I'm going to do is take this off. And I'm going to put his little head at an angle, like so. So there we go. That's the two different ways you can do it. Let's hide this. We don't need this anymore. Now let's do the saying. And I think I'm going to do Sending Flowers and Sunshine. We'll do that again in black. So I did a lot of stamping. It's a lot of little stamping. If I wasn't doing a video, it would go really fast. So, and I'm just going to angle this like that instead of straight. I like it like that a lot better. And I'm going to make both of them like that. So I just touched that. So I guess it's going to go there. So now let's just put the cards together. Get all this mess out of our way. Daggone. There we go. Okay, let me just pile all this to the side so we can get our cards. They're both the same. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're just going to fold it and give it a good burnish here so it stays nice and folded for us. And we're going to do the same with this one. I want them to lay a little flatter, so I'm going to burnish them really good. There we go. That one said he'd lay real flat. This one's like, I'm not doing it. Cut it from the same piece of paper. Or cardstock, I mean. So we're going to take those, then we're going to layer our layers. And I embossed this with the new flower embossing folder that's coming out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put my black on the white, and there's just going to be barely an edge show. And I'm going to put the pink on top. And I'm going to add more glue on this. I don't want it real thick, but I want some thin lines because I want it to make that stick with all the texture. Okay? So I'm just going to take and add that in here. And I'm going to press that down good because it's kind of wavy from being in the embossing folder. And I want that to stick really good. So just giving it a good rub. Now I can add that to my card. So we have lots of layers. I love lots of layers. I think it makes the card look so pretty. Then, doesn't matter which one we use, they're made alike, except for how I did his head. So I'm going to glue this on. I usually have a PDF made for my cards, but I do not have it made yet because I didn't want to use my sample card. I wanted to use these that had the more layers on them. So I got to take a picture of them as soon as I get them all done. And then I will get my PDF ready and get it up. It'll be today. Sometimes it will be on my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, in the files section when it's done. Okay, there's that one. Let's glue this one together just really quick. Oh, let's put the inside too on it. I always like to do something on the inside that matches with the outside if I can. So, and I love the little flowers in the corner. I just think that's too cute. And I did a 5 by 3 1/4 inch piece right here. And my layers are 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, 5 1/4 by 4 for the black, and then 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 for the embossing folder one. Let's put the purple one together and see what that's going to look like. I like doing them in different colors. And there's a saying in there that says, welcome cutie, which would be very sweet to make for a baby card, for like a baby shower or something like that. That would be so sweet to do. There is that. There's you are fab, you with EWE. Less. Trying to get this on there straight, and I am not doing a very good job at it. Let's try it again. I want some white to show on both sides. There we go. I have to sit it sideways for some reason sometimes. Don't know why, but here I am. I'm going to put some thin strips again because I don't want the glue to ooze out, but I want a lot of glue in there because there's a lot of texture with this embossing folder. I'm about to drop it. There we go. Now we're going to add this to the black. That was much easier. Let's go ahead and add this to the card. And I love using the glue for my cards. It just gives me a little extra time to do something with it than if I use tape. That's how I feel about it. So there's that. Now let's put this together, and then we'll put the inside in, and I'll add some embellishments to them, and then we will be done. How cute are these? He is the cutest guy, if you ask me. I just like them anyway. Love the sheep. Okay, let's put this on the inside. I'm going to get some jewels, and I think we will have it. What do you think? Tell me if you like the little woolly friends. I think they would be great for birthdays, for shower cards, just to lift somebody up. You know, you look at them and you just smile because they're kind of cute. Okay, let's get some gems real quick. Trying to find something that really would go really nice. Okay, we're going to use some purple on the purple one. You can tell I've used these a lot. Let me get my little pick tool out. And there's that one. I don't know why I put it back in that bag. I'm not going to. I'm just going to stick them down in here. It's easier to get in and out that way. I love these things. That's garbage. And then we're going to over here. I'm thinking about the green. Yeah, we're going to use these little green ones down here. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to use the pink. That's pretty and sparkly, isn't it? So there's our 2 cards we just made. How about that? Isn't that sweet? So that's what we have done. And then here's the one I made this morning. And then here was my sample one. So that's what we have. I love the different colors. Isn't that cute? Very cute. So anyway, that is my card. I hope you enjoyed them. And remember that this is coming out in January in the new mini catalog. And I think it's like page 59 that they're on. So you'll have to look them up and see. You can get a bundle with the stamp set and the punch together. Or you can buy them separately. Or if you just want one without the other, you can do that too. And we'll be showing that right when the time comes. I do want to tell you that we have, or Stampin' Up! Has a virtual card class. It's going to be a virtual card making retreat, and you can get the kit. It's going to be January 22nd to 23rd. That's 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. our time. That they'll be making 15 cards. There is a ton of stuff in the kit. I will do an unboxing of that because it's got a lot of stuff. There's like 2 stamp sets, there's a die set, there's embellishments, there's DSP, there's 2-tone cardstock, there's a whole pack of white cardstock in it. I don't know what all is in it, but there is a lot. But it's pricey. It's $165, but you get a lot of stuff that's going to be exclusive to this kit. And I think one of them might be coming out at a later date. I'm not real sure on that. I haven't read everything about it yet, so I just wanted to tell you. But my kit will be here Friday is when it's supposed to come. When it comes, I think I'll do an unboxing so people can see that, and we'll talk more about it. But that is one thing that's coming up with Stampin' Up! I have several things that will be coming up for me. My in-person classes will be January 5th and 6th. January 15th, I will be doing an in-person class at a therapist office in Westchester, Ohio. And then on January 24th, I will be having an event at my church in the fellowship hall there, because I'm hoping that we get quite a few people. I will be telling you more about it. I'm going to get the flyer made up, so that will come out. Remember, my Saturday video comes out at 10:30, which is a super simple video usually. And I think that's about it. So anyway, I will talk to you all later. Have a blessed day, a blessed week. Be creative when you can. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.